Hi everyone, I'm back with another quick little video. In this video here, I am repainting over an older painting. And by older, I mean maybe 2 months. I am curious to know from all of you is what do you do with your pieces of work that you think aren't good enough to be sold, or pieces that haven't sold? Do you guys store them and eventually take them out and repaint over them? I used to, for me, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I have done in the past. I was a paint over old canvases. If I didn't like them anymore, which sometimes that happens a little bit too fast, or if I didn't think that they were a part of a body of work, I would repaint over them. And I kind of regret that I have done that in the past so many times, but I really like doing it. I loved showing some of the history of the old work, and I would let that shine through into the new body of work. And it sometimes would spur some creativity that would, spawn a whole new body of work. But what I did find, and why I eventually stopped painting over my canvases, is I would get more times than I would want to admit an email asking for that certain painting because they wanted to buy it, and the painting didn't exist anymore because I painted over it. And I never really had the heart to tell somebody that, so I would just say that I sold it or something like that. I know that's fibbing, but um, so I don't know what spurred this on for me to paint over this large canvas. It's a 70 by 50. Um, I had it finished, I think maybe I finished it 2 months ago, and I was constantly walking by it, looking at it, going, no, you're not done, you're not done, you're not done. Not that you're not done, it actually was a done piece, but it just didn't speak to me. And I kept seeing visions of something else on that canvas. And I knew that if I opened the door to adding more paint on this canvas, I was going to do exactly what you just saw me do. Is I was going to go over in dark, dark, dark colors and just destroy what was there and try and create something that is new. And just before Christmas, or in between Christmas, I can't remember, a couple of days ago, I took to this canvas and I said, nope, enough is enough. I listened to my voice, I listened to my instincts, and I took this piece and I started painting over it. And I'm really glad that I did, because as I started doing it, what was emerging was a body of work that I had started in 2017 when I took a year sabbatical from my day job. And that was at a time where I still had an income coming in every month. I had a paycheck, or every 2 weeks, and I didn't have to worry whether I was selling my work or not selling my work. It just was a time for exploration and trying new things and trying to find my voice in my artwork. And this body of work came out, and I really, really loved it. And I feel like I never had really a chance to finish everything that I wanted to say with that work. And so when I started painting this, it reminded me of that work, and I thought, you know what? It's time to go back there and bring that back. And boy, I'm distracted because I'm listening to some really good music, and FYI, just resubscribe back to YouTube music. So much better, and all my old song lists have come back, so I was really enjoying myself while I was painting this piece. I know a lot of you guys ask me what I listen to, but it really varies. I have tons of different genre of music that I enjoy listening to, and I don't keep a list of what I'm listening to while I paint, because sometimes it could be actually the same song that I'll listen to 4 or 5 times in a row, because it's the beat of the music that I paint to. So sometimes it's necessary to re-listen to the song so that I could finish the part of the painting that I want to do, because once the music changes a different beat, then the actions of my hands and my motions follow that music, so it doesn't work. So anyway, okay, so here I am. In my mind, what I'm trying to do is lay down the composition, and I'm doing that with various colors. And I know that the final piece is going to have a large area that's going to allow me to do some really heavy marking making. Marking making? That's not a word. Mark making. And I haven't gotten the composition down right, and I don't finish this at the end of this video. There is much more that I have to do on this painting, but I'm playing around with the foundations. I'm building the layers. I want it to be a really highly complex piece in terms of layers and marks and colors. But I want it to have this grunge, dark sort of feeling to it. And that's why I keep going with these murky, muddy kind of colors. And so you'll have to stay tuned to see how this piece finishes out. I don't know. I did do some further work on it, and again, I forgot to record, so I did take it a little bit further than what it is in this video. But I really, really enjoy working on these types of pieces. And I don't know if you've noticed, maybe if you want to go back and rewatch it, is try and ignore the dancing. But if you notice, I have two tools in my hand. There's lots of times in this video where I'm actually working with my left and my right hand. I think in one hand I'll have a squeegee, in the other hand I have a paintbrush. And I've learned, until I actually started, see right here, I'm using two at the same time. And I find that this is a really interesting way to move that paint around without having it dry. And more efficient and more balanced. I think I'm all about balance right now, is making sure that I'm using both sides of my body, especially because of the amount of painting that I have been doing lately. And so I'm starting to incorporate my right hand just as much as my left. I don't know if any of you guys do that out there as well, but I just want to make sure I'm preserving both shoulders. Longevity. This is a bit taxing when you're doing repetitive motions with one arm. So anyway, in the comments, I want you guys to leave me your comments about whether you paint over, what your thoughts are about painting over a canvas, and let me know if it's something that you are going to change or if you're going to continue. I'd just be really cool to hear some other artists' points of view on how you feel about painting over old work. And that's the end of this video. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that has been subscribing and liking, and we'll see you soon.